Well, that was terrific. I told you I thought you would enjoy that panel, and I certainly hope and trust that you did. I did. Let me just say a word about, before I introduce George Flores to bring the panel together up here, sort of remind you of the context here. So we've spent the several hours up until now with a lot of a business focus. The language that is being spoken up here is about investors, markets, demand, supply chains, products, return, corporate interest, rationales, business cases, NPV, and so forth. So we've heard a lot of different perspectives in a language that's a bit alien to us, and from some lenses that are ones that we don't always use. Moving into this presentation where we begin to talk about human capital, we're moving to a broader kind of lens on all of this work and broadening it out. And then we're going to move into community economic development and civic development, continuing to enlarge the way we're thinking about it as we move toward a kind of a focus on equity. And then at the conclusion with the last panel, we're going to bring all that together in a discussion around partnerships. So we're going to cover a lot of territory here, but I want you to keep in mind the sense of where this is all heading and what contribution each panel is going to make to our dialogue today. So it's my pleasure now to introduce George Flores, who's the program manager for the California Endowment's Healthy California Prevention Team, a longtime colleague of mine. We served as county health officers together some time ago, and I want to introduce, and a member of the planning committee for this work. So George and his panel, you'll enjoy this one too. George.
Great, thank you and good morning. Thank you, Ray, for assuring the audience they're going to enjoy this. For those of you that aren't from California, please accept my welcome. I'm from the California Endowment, and I'm also from the state of the Golden State Warriors. So go Warriors, they're playing in the NBA championships tonight. You might know that this part of the state doesn't necessarily root for the Warriors, but I'm by birth and being raised here in Southern California, now living in Northern California, I can root for the Lakers, I can root for the Warriors, I can root for the Niners and the Dodgers, so it doesn't matter. I'll root for them all. Our session today on human capital is one that strikes to an issue that means a lot to, I think, the nation and to the foundation that I work for, because it really gets to the root of issue around equity. And without equity, I don't think that we can really achieve true healthy population at the scale that we need to if we're going to move the needle toward a healthier nation and a healthier population overall. So this gives us the opportunity to delve into programs, services, and even policies that aim to put business in a position of improving conditions that people live under, improving opportunities for people to make more of themselves and of their communities, and for businesses to be an agent of change for good that is broader than just the walls of the business or their customer base or even the employee base itself. At least I'm hoping that's the direction that we're going. I think that we'll be hearing about programs that set up incentives and set up the right conditions in order for these kinds of great things to occur with regard to investing in human capital. But we also have to remember that not only do we need to have incentives, but we also need to have intrinsic will among businesses to create those kinds of conditions and to reflect on their own policies and their own principles and their own values, because they're sometimes diametrically opposed as to what they create in terms of great conditions for health, great conditions for equity, or sometimes inequities, deepening circumstances that create more problems for society and for people to thrive. And with that, I'm going to turn the time over now. We have a two-part session here. We're fortunate to have lunch to look forward to, and then come back after lunch and discuss more about this topic. And we're going to have two distinguished individuals on this panel. Their bio sketches are included in the meeting materials, but you're going to be treated to Carla Javits, the President and CEO of the Roberts Enterprise Development Fund, or REDF. And REDF provides equity-like investments and business assistance to social enterprises, mission-driven businesses focused on hiring and assisting people facing barriers to work. And then I'll introduce Farad Ali after Carla. So Carla, your name is here first. I hope you're prepared to go.